Today is all about Los Angeles, its diversity and culture, all of its unique communities, the food, the music, and its people, and its amazing and extraordinary Olympic and Paralympic athletes, along with its ordinary youth using sports to overcome obstacles as they chart pathways to success. It's about community organizations, our businesses, and civic leaders. It's about all of us coming together to welcome to the world our city. It's about Games for All. Today, we're marking a historic moment. The first female mayor of the city of Los Angeles will be installing the Olympic and Paralympic flag at City Hall for the first time. The theme of today's event, Games for All, defines the goal of Mayor Karen Bass and the City of Los Angeles' hopes for the Olympic Games in 2028. It captures the essence of unity and collective joy, emphasizing that the entire city with its diverse communities comes together to prepare for, celebrate, and feel included in these Olympic and Paralympic Games. This mantra resonates well with the spirit of the Olympics, which is all about bringing people from different backgrounds together in the name of competition, friendship, and global harmony. This will be the third time the Summer Olympic Games will be hosted in Los Angeles, but it will be the first time Los Angeles will play host to the Paralympic Games. Hence, both the Olympic and Paralympic flags are being displayed in one place for the very first time. A very special moment in our history, indeed. Before we get started with our program, I'd like to invite Chief Anthony Morales from the San Gabriel Band of Mission Indians to provide a land welcoming, representing the first people of the greater Los Angeles Basin.
Greetings and welcome to all of you. My name is Chief Red Blood Anthony Morales, and I'm accompanied today with my cousin Mona Morales Recalde, and we are the direct lineal descendants of the Gabrielino San Gabriel Band of Mission Indians and of the ancestry that inhabited our major village of Yagna, which became Los Angeles in 1781. We are the original land stewards of the greater Los Angeles area where the 2028 Olympics and Paralympic Games will take place. I thank our Creator for this beautiful day and for bringing all of us safely here today. I also ask for guidance in helping all the volunteers, the various committees, and everyone else that will be involved in preparing for the 2028 Olympic and Paralympic Games. It's an honor for me and our tribe, the Gabrielino San Gabriel Band of Mission Indians, to welcome the world and the 2028 Olympic and Paralympic Games to Los Angeles, our ancestral tribal land. I'm just going to end with a quick welcome song, and it's a real quick verse. And it's just a welcome song, and the interpretation of this song is welcome to all of you, welcome to all our friends. Miha yo ye ye hiya, 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 miha yo ta tarorom, miha yo ta tarorom, miha yo ta tarorom, miha yo ta tarorom. Again, welcome to all of you. Wa'at guata ta'i hanuka, in the memory of all our ancestors. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Anthony. We must always uplift our youth, and there's no one better to represent Los Angeles and our musical talent than the Inner City Youth Orchestra of Los Angeles, led by Mr. Charles Dickerson. Inner City Youth Orchestra is the largest majority Black orchestra in America. Through music, they transform the lives and minds of young people in Los Angeles through high-quality music education. Today's guest conductor is Miss Madison Dorsett. Please rise as they perform our national anthem, followed by a special tribute to John Williams and the Olympic spirit. Thank you, Inner City Youth Orchestra. What an inspiring performance. Let's give another round of applause for these talented youth. Now, I'd like to introduce a leader who needs no introduction. As a coalition builder, Mayor Karen Bass embodies the spirit of Olympism, the idea that sport can contribute to the development of a peaceful and better world by encouraging cooperation, mutual understanding, respect, and fair competition among athletes and nations. Her mantra since being elected has been to lock arms as we work together to create a new Los Angeles. She made history in Paris in early August by becoming the first Black woman mayor to ever receive the Olympic flag at a closing ceremony of the Olympic Games. During the ceremony, Mayor Bass received the flag as part of the handover ceremony from Mayor Anne Hidalgo, who was the first woman to serve as mayor of Paris. Mayor Bass made history again at the closing ceremony of the Paralympic Games this past Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, Mayor Karen Bass.
Good morning, everyone. What a day in LA. To all of our Olympic and Paralympic athletes today, we celebrate you and your commitment to greatness, to courage, and to representing the United States with honor. So for all of our Olympians and Paralympians, give a wave. Let everybody know who you are. We have over 40 Olympic and Paralympic athletes here with us today, and they represent the Olympic Games from 1968 to 2024, and future Olympians as well. I will tell you that on Monday, when I was coming back from Paris, I met a group of Paralympians, and I hit them up right on the spot and said, "You have to be here." So thank you so much for being here with us today. We thank you not only for your success on the fields of play, but also for how you are using your platforms to inspire change and to make the world better through sports. To our partners at LA 28, and especially our chairman, Casey Wasserman, thank you for being here and for the investments you make in the LA region already before the Games, as we make crucial preparations to welcome the world in 2028. Let me also extend my thanks to LA 84 Foundation, which has shown us over the last 40 years what an Olympic legacy can be. Thank you for your leadership and support of today's events, and thank you for being the keeper of LA Olympic history. The Olympics will only be successful if we work together, so I want to acknowledge my partners here on the LA City Council, the Mayor of Carson, Lula Davis Holmes, the Vice Mayor of Long Beach, Cindy Allen, Assemblymember Wendy Carrillo, State Senator Ben Allen. So what we watched this summer was the unity in Paris, and I look forward to working closely with all of you so that when we do the Games, and those of us that travel to Paris know, we want to celebrate all of our communities in Los Angeles through these Games. To the many other, that's right, all of our areas in the city. To the many other faith, community, and business leaders who are gathered here today, thank you for being here, and thank you for standing with us to lift up the values of the Olympic and Paralympic movement. Today we celebrate the return of the Olympic flag to Los Angeles, and we welcome for the first time the Paralympic flag to our city. So what does this mean for Los Angeles? It means in just a few years, we will host the world's greatest athletes For them, after years and even decades of dedication, the 2028 Games are an opportunity to prove themselves on the world's greatest field of play. And for Angelenos, the 2028 Games means an opportunity to bring urgency behind many important infrastructure projects. A greener Los Angeles, a Los Angeles that is easier to get around, a Los Angeles where all residents are connected to one another. The Games mean an opportunity to create jobs, to support businesses, and to uplift local communities. An opportunity for us to come together, united by sport and united in pride for our neighborhoods upon which the eyes of the world will be drawn. Excellence, respect, and friendship. These are the values of the Olympics, and this is what we will show the world from Los Angeles in 2028. Today, as we take responsibility for these flags here in Los Angeles, and for the next 4 years, we take on the responsibility of lifting up the values of the Olympic movement. It is in that spirit that we believe the 2028 Olympic and Paralympic Games in Los Angeles will be a Games for all. Our mission between now and the closing ceremonies, can you imagine that, Casey? The closing ceremonies in 2028. We want to live up to that declaration so that all Angelenos in every corner of our city benefit from the major global event, not just during the summer of 2028, but starting now and for decades to come. We have a legacy to live up to. Mayor Bradley left us with the legacy of LA 84 and games that we are still benefiting from 40 years later. And what we saw in Paris is something that we want to emulate, that it wasn't just people inside of the arenas that experienced the games. We saw people all over the city be impacted and participate in the Olympic experience. During our 1984 Games, the torch that burned at our Coliseum served as a beacon of democracy and freedom for people across the globe. And Angelenos are still benefiting from that legacy, and the 2028 Games will remind Angelenos who we are together with all corners of the city, and they will show that our diversity is our strength and that anyone from anywhere around the world can feel at home in LA, and that our city and that our people embody the values of Olympism. Excellence, respect, and friendship. Thank you.
Again, a big round of applause for Mayor Karen Bass. I would now like to invite a few Olympic and Paralympic athletes to share a few words about what the Olympic and Paralympics mean to them and what it means to have the Games back in Los Angeles. Our first speaker is Cheryl Miller, the USC basketball legend who was recently inducted into the California Hall of Fame. This four-time All-American led Team USA to its first gold in women's basketball in 1984. Yeah. Cheryl is a member of the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame and the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. She also spent 17 years as a TV analyst covering the NBA on TNT and ABC. Please welcome Olympian Cheryl Miller.
Good morning, LA. Mayor Bass, I gotta correct you on something real quick. We don't do Olympics here in LA. We are Olympics here in LA. And Casey, like we spoke about earlier, the hard work is over. Now the fun begins. Ladies and gentlemen, what a treat you are. Oh man, I'm almost at a loss for words. It was such a privilege and an honor to be an Olympian, to have it in the backyard for my parents to come and watch and experience winning an Olympic gold medal, being a graduate of the University of Southern California, and being able to absolutely and wear a jersey that the United States and every university wanted to root for. And 2028 is going to be nothing but spectacular. No disrespect to the French, but Angelinos, we know how to celebrate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cheryl, and fight on. Our next speaker was one of the youngest members of the 2024 U.S. Paralympic team in Paris at just 16 years old, and she took home a silver medal in the shot put. Yes. This Rancho Cucamonga native attends Los Osos High School, where last year's U.S. Paralympics track and field named her its high school's female field athlete of the year. Welcome, Arel Middleton.
Hello everyone. I'm excited that the Olympic and Paralympic Games are going to be held in Los Angeles. The best competition in the world is being held in my own backyard. Though I live in Rancho Cucamonga, I practice all my sports in Los Angeles. I started my track career in LA at the Angel City Games in UCLA. And since age 10, I practice 2 times a week in LA County gyms with my Rancho Halos wheelchair basketball team. LA is my sports home. I believe that the Games will serve as a catalyst for more children to practice sports and understand what the possibilities for them in life is. Sports has changed my life and has made me more confident, and I've made so many friends through sports. I have traveled the world because of sports, and I hope that girls like me will see and compete and understand that they can do it too. I hope to inspire young disabled and able-bodied girls alike. I hope that with the Games in LA, that the Paralympics will be able to grow tremendously, and many young people with disabilities will see opportunities for themselves and play sports. Possibilities are endless no matter what obstacles you have, and if I can do it, you can do it too.
Thank you, Cheryl and Arel, for those inspiring remarks. Before we hear from our other speakers, we'd like to share a special athletic demonstration. Parafencing holds a special space in adaptive sports for its combination of agility, strategy, and precision. Here to share more and demonstrate the beauty of this sport is Lauren DeLuca, Paralympian, LA 28 athlete, and fellow Team USA Parafencing in Rio 2016. Welcome, Lauren.
Good morning, LA. How's everyone doing? Well, my name is Lauren DeLuca, and I'm really excited to share with you all today my favorite sport, wheelchair fencing. As a Paralympian, it's really exciting for me to be a part of bringing LA's first Paralympics in 2028. Growing up, I didn't see disabled sport as prominent as Olympic sport. I actually got into the sport of wheelchair fencing on accident. A coach saw me limping and said, "You're disabled, come fence in a wheelchair." And I go, "I don't know you, stranger danger." I was 13 at the time. So I think for me, hosting the Paralympic Games as a disabled woman, as a former disabled youth, this is now a huge generation of disabled youth that will see themselves in the media and be empowered by that. I think often, yes, please applaud that. I think often that the last Summer Paralympic Games that we hosted was in Atlanta in 1996. Fun fact, I was not alive by then. So to be a part of this in my lifetime is such an honor and such a privilege. So today, I'd like to share with you my favorite sport, wheelchair fencing. But I want to go ahead and shout out our volunteers we have today. We have Jeff, we have Mary, we have Camilla, and these These people have been sharing wheelchair fencing and promoting representation of adaptive sports in Burbank and in Southern California. I'm going to go ahead and hand the mic off to one of my favorite Olympians, Cody Manton.
As you can see, fencers come in many shapes and sizes. Really excited to be able to demonstrate a little bit of our favorite Paralympic sport, wheelchair fencing, and the ability to really walk through that. But in order to really grasp the true speed of the sport, before we go into any explanation, we're going to jump straight into it. So first, I want to give you a big round of applause for these athletes, and they're going to give you a quick demonstration of what the speed and power of this sport is like. So before any fencing match, like any combat sport, they're going to be a sign of respect. They're going to salute, and now we're going to get right. So as you can see, there's a lot of speed and precision involved in this sport. As you can see, in this sport, there are 3 different disciplines: foil, épée, and saber. These athletes are demonstrating the sport of foil. I want to give a quick shout out. We have an Olympic bronze medalist here just coming back from Paris, Mr. Nick Itkins. Can you raise your hand? Nick just came back from Paris. He's a born and raised local Angelino, and we're so proud to be bringing the fencing here, and proud of Nick and his club to be able to also promote the sport of wheelchair fencing. In foil, you're going to see that they're wearing 2 vests. That is a restricted target area, so they're only attacking that torso with that metallic vest, which we call the lame, is going to be used to score. You might have noticed that in the beginning of the match, there was a lot of white lights. That meant that they hit the off-target, invalid target area, and so no points are awarded. They only go for that metallic vest, which is the lethal blow, going for the killing blow in a duel to the death. So they were only focusing on that target area alone. The speed and precision of the sport requires that the referee pays a lot of attention to who is establishing the threat first, and then keeping track of who is establishing the threat, removing the threat, establishing the threat. If you've ever watched it, one of those fencing movies, you see Zorro, you always see an attack, a block, going back and forth. So you're seeing a lot of the momentum, and you're having to see that shift before the final attack arrives, in which case the referee awards that touch. So you see a lot of precision on that, and they're only able to score with the end of the weapon. So it's a game of essentially tag, by only being able to score with the tip of the weapon. If they hit with the side of the blade, nothing will happen, no points will be awarded. So they have to hit with the end of the weapon. The other 2 categories of fencing include épée, which is also a point weapon, although they can score on any part of the body, which includes the mask, hand, arm, everything counts. That's a street fight, duel of first blood. And the last one is saber. Saber is only of the 3 disciplines in fencing in which you can score with the entirety of the blade. And also they have the same lame material, but it includes the sleeves and the mask, and they can score with the side of the blade. It also has the same rules of right of way, which essentially is the rules of common sense in a sword fight. So we want to go right back to some of the action. Now that you have a little bit of an idea on kind of how it's going to be going, you're going to be looking for who's establishing the threat and moving back and forth. In the sport of wheelchair fencing, you can see that the chairs are locked down. They establish a distance based on reach at the beginning of the match, which we've already done beforehand for your convenience. And now they will then be able to use that to go back and forth during the scoring match. Usually these matches go to 5 touches. And we're going to go give a quick demonstration of another match. So, fencers on guard. Ready? Fence! see their movement goes back and forth within the chair. So they have to really use their torsos to be able to lean in and out. So you're going to see that they're holding onto the chair with their back arm. That allows them to effectively lunge in and then pull themselves back away. Fencers ready. Fence. Hold. The attack started from the left. It was blocked, and then established. Both lights came on, but the fencer on the left will have scored the touch because they removed the threat before they made their attack. 1-1. On guard. Fencers ready. Fence. Halt. Back and forth. You can see the play back and forth between two athletes. Finishing with Camilla scoring the block and hit, which is what we call a parry and a riposte. On guard. Fencers ready. Fence. Halt. Continuing back and forth. Touch is good for the left. Green light. Let's go 2 more points. On guard. Fencers ready. Fence. Halt. Great movement back and forth. Good play with the blades. Touch is good for the left. Last point. Let's make some noise for this last one. Get it up. Get it up. On guard. Ready. Fence. Halt. Oh, doesn't count. Target doesn't count. Let's go. Keep going. The drama is building. On guard. Ready. Fence. Halt. Attack is off target. On guard. Ready. Fence. Halt. Off the line. Jumps to skirts. Point for Camilla. As in any combat sport, a salute will take place in a wheelchair fencing. They will lean forward, they'll bump the bell guards. That's the handshake equivalent. Give them a round of applause. As we mentioned before, this is a great opportunity. This will be the 3rd time that the Olympic Games have come to the City of Angels, but it is the first time that the Paralympics will be coming to the City of Los Angeles. So we are so excited for the opportunity. We just got back from Paris to be able to see a lot of the Paralympics in action firsthand and figure out how we can replicate and even exceed the expectations of what just happened in Paris. And with your help, we can bring more adaptive sports to all of Los Angeles. So please give it up again for our athletes. And please continue to support adaptive sport throughout Los Angeles. Thank you very much.
At this time, I'd like to invite Paul Krikorian to the stage, President of the Los Angeles City Council. Welcome, Paul.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your Los Angeles City Hall. It's my honor to be here with my colleagues from your Los Angeles City Council, and I'd like to ask them to rise and be recognized. Council President Pro Tem Marquise Harris-Dawson, Councilmember Lee, Councilmember Yaroslavsky, Councilmember Rodriguez, Councilmember Price, Councilmember Park, the Chair of our Olympic Committee, Councilmember Padilla, and Councilmember De Leon, the leadership of the Los Angeles City Council, and we're honored to be with you all today. You know, many of us had a chance to be in Paris for the Olympics and for the Paralympics. And some of us were there to witness that historic moment when our great mayor received these flags that are now finding their home here in Los Angeles City Hall. And it was a magical moment. The entire games were magical. Paris did an incredible job. And as it was happening, I was texting Casey and saying, brother, the bar has been set pretty high. And I know that the mayor, as well as the entire city council and all of the departments of our city, as well as LA 28, are committed to ensuring that the 2028 games are going to be even more successful. And I know that LA will be able to meet that challenge, because here's the thing. There is an absolute, undeniable truth. Los Angeles is the greatest Olympic city in the world, bar none. Just look at the facts. We have simply the greatest and most diverse array of world-class athletes, coaches, training facilities, and performance facilities anywhere on Earth. Our championship Los Angeles teams are known throughout the world, and their superstars have fans on every single continent. We have countless legendary Olympic and Paralympic athletes who transformed their sport and who were born here or chose to make Los Angeles their adopted home, and many of them are here with us today. If you just took USC and UCLA and for a moment just put them together and created their own country, they'd be one of the smallest countries in the world. But they'd be in the top 10 countries of gold medal winners in the history of the Olympics. We're also the most successful Olympic host city in the world. We're the only city in the world to have hosted 2 Olympic Games that made a profit. 1932 was the moment when Los Angeles stepped forward from a regionally significant growing town onto the world stage as a world-class city. And in 1984, this city literally saved the Olympic movement. In the aftermath of the 1980 Moscow boycott, this city stepped forward, hosted the Games, which became the most successful Olympic Games in the history of the Olympic movement. And you know, as was mentioned before by our mayor and others, that 1984 Games was so successful that some of the young people who are here today with us and young people in neighborhoods around Los Angeles are benefiting today because of the 1984 Olympics and the work of the LA 84 Foundation led by Renata Simrel. So based on that tradition, there is no doubt in my mind, I am absolutely confident that the 2028 Olympic and Paralympic Games will be an enormous success for the Olympic movement, but also for the people of Los Angeles. And in fact, it already is. Right now, we're already benefiting from $160 million that this city has received from the 2028 Olympics to create youth programming in parks around our city. In every neighborhood of our city, there are girls and boys who are benefiting from that money even today as our Department of Recreation and Parks makes youth sports more accessible, more equitable, more adaptive, and more affordable for every single neighborhood in Los Angeles. We've already, within the City Council, we've already transformed the city's procurement process, and we're partnering with LA 28 to ensure that Olympic expenditures benefit our diverse LA business community right here at home, especially our small businesses, to ensure that we're creating jobs and opportunity for people of Los Angeles, not just mega corporations in the international space. So here's the most important part, though, aside from all that. The most important part of the 2028 Olympic and Paralympic Games is that LA has always been known as the home of creators and entrepreneurs. We are the place where the next big thing is born. We are a city where dreams become true, where people come to create their futures. 2028 gives us the opportunity to show the world that this city is still the city to watch, the city to visit, the city to move to, the city that takes on challenges and succeeds, the city that welcomes all, the city that can accomplish big things. We know that's who we are, and this is our moment to prove it to the rest of the world. So let's get on with it and make the 2028 Games the most successful in the history of the movement. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Paul, for those inspiring remarks. Now, please give a big welcome to Casey Wasserman, chairperson of LA 28. Casey is no stranger to the Olympic and Paralympic Games. He was a young Angelino when the Olympics came to Los Angeles in the summer of 1984, and he even ran a leg of the torch relay in the lead up to those games. He is now one of LA 28's key leaders, sponsoring for delivering a Games that reflects the beauty and diversity of Los Angeles in uniting the world in his hometown. Please welcome Casey Wasserman.
Thank you for that kind introduction. Let's all recognize what today is. It is a historic day for the city of Los Angeles. Tomorrow marks 7 years to the day that Los Angeles was awarded the Olympic Games in Lima, Peru. Paris just put on a truly incredible Games and reignited everyone's love and passion for the Olympic Games. And from one iconic host city to another, we are honored to deliver the Olympic and Paralympic flags to their home for the next 4 years. First, I want to thank Mayor Bass for hosting us today and being such an incredible leader for our city, along with Council President Kokorian, LA84 President Renata Simrel, Chief Morales, Olympian Cheryl Miller. I'm representing the UCLA when we came together as one country. Paralympian Arel Middleton and the para-fencing team. Let's give them another round of applause. I also want to thank the performers and supporters who are here today. And if you didn't get goosebumps with that rendition of John Williams' song, you're in the wrong place. But what a way to welcome the arrival of the Paralympic flag to LA for the very first time in our city's history, and celebrate the return of the Olympic flag back to Los Angeles for the first time since 1984. The 2028 Games are now at our doorstep. They will be a celebration of our vibrant city, a city of creativity, a city of diversity, of entertainment, of defining culture, with sports at its core, and ultimately with athletes at the heart of everything we do. There is no platform like the Games to drive transformative change in our host city. And now that the world's eyes are on LA, we're ready to deliver a Games that will celebrate the beauty of Los Angeles, positively impact all areas and all communities in Los Angeles, create a sense of shared pride in our city and our country, and leave the Olympic and Paralympic Games better than we found it. The partnership between the City of LA and LA28 reflects our shared commitment to delivering a game that will make Angelinos and athletes proud. And with that in mind, I do want to acknowledge the 34 talented and dedicated Olympians and Paralympians here today. We are so proud of what you've just accomplished, and get ready for a Holmes game, because I don't think there's going to be anything like it for you in your career. We are counting down the days. I encourage you all to add this to the home screen of your phones, 1,401 days to be exact, till opening ceremonies in Los Angeles. Yep, and every day it gets lower, so we are on the clock. I am incredibly proud to welcome these flags home, and the mayor said, inside there's the flag from 1932 and 84. What a remarkable history for this city. Let them be a reminder for all of us at the opportunity we have to show the world the best of our city and be a positive force for good, not just in our city, but in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Casey. Earlier, we heard from two athletes on what the Olympic and Paralympics coming to Los Angeles means to them. I'd now like to invite Daisy Garcia. Daisy Garcia is a first-generation Mexican-American born and raised in Pico Union, Los Angeles. She is a law student, the founder and head coach of the Gang Intervention Boxing Program at PUC Excel Charter Academy in Lincoln Heights, and the head coach for the El Centro del Pueblo boxing team in Echo Park. She was selected by the Los Angeles College Football Playoff National Champion Host Committee, the College Football Playoff Foundation, Champion LA, and the LA 84 Foundation as one of the Champions Educate Here recipients in 2023, and started the PUC Excel Collegiate Boxing Scholarship. Welcome, Daisy.
In the City of Angels,
no one can survive or thrive without community. And that's why Games for All is special, because it recognizes the fact that every community member, from the hood to the valley, is necessary and has something to contribute to the success of the Los Angeles 2028 Olympic and Paralympic Games. There are Angelinos everywhere that look like me and don't look like me that have been saved by sports. And this year we have an opportunity to say that out loud, because that's something special. That's something that we can all agree on. So I want to remind every Angelino here that this is your city. Don't forget it. Now it's time to shoot your shot, get in the ring, or get in somebody's corner, because every person that was born and raised in Los Angeles or made Los Angeles their home, whether it's 1 day, 2 months, or 3 years, knows that you can't tell us, what to do and what not to do. So be ready to answer all of the people that are coming from all over the world. When they ask you, where are you from? Make sure that you remember and say it with pride that you're from Los Angeles, the city of angels, and welcome to the Los Angeles Olympic and Paralympic Games in 2028.
Thank you, Daisy. If you're not inspired by the power of sports and how they can inspire change in our lives and in our communities, I don't know what will. As you have heard today's speakers say, and you'll undoubtedly hear over the next 4 years, all Angelinos will be a part of the Olympics and Paralympics. Hosting the 2028 Games offers LA an unparalleled opportunity to showcase our city's rich tapestry of cultures, communities, and history.